Kastellorizo is one of Greece's most unique islands. With its colorful harbor, crystal clear waters and fascinating history, it's a destination that feels a world away from the rest of the country. I'm Chrisoula, and on this channel I share local travel tips and destination guides from Greece. In this video, I will show you everything you need to know before visiting Kastellorizo, including how to get there, what to do, and some useful tips for your trip. Let's start with where Kastellorizo actually is. Kastellorizo is the easternmost inhabited island in Greece and part of the Dodecanese island group. Located just a few kilometers from the Turkish coast, it's one of the country's most remote and unique destinations. Despite its remote location, getting to Kastellorizo is easier than you might think. The fastest way is to fly from Rhodes. The flight takes around 40 minutes and offers beautiful views as you approach the island. You can also reach Kastellorizo by ferry from Rhodes, which is a popular option for travelers exploring the Dodecanese. Another possibility is to visit from Kos in Turkey. The ferry crossing takes less than 10 minutes, making Kastellorizo a popular day trip destination for visitors staying on the Turkish coast. If you're planning to travel by ferry, I will leave a link to Ferry Hopper in the description below, where you can check schedules and book tickets. And one final tip, if you arrive by plane, you'll usually find a small shuttle bus waiting outside the airport. It takes passengers to Kastellorizo town, the island's only settlement and where most visitors stay. One question I often come across is how many days you actually need in Kastellorizo. While some people visit on a day trip, I think the island is best enjoyed at a slower pace. I'd recommend spending at least 2 or 3 nights here if your itinerary allows it. That gives you enough time to visit the Blue Cave, go swimming, enjoy the harbor, and experience the island after the day trippers have left. Kastellorizo isn't a place where you rush from attraction to attraction. It's a place to slow down and enjoy the atmosphere. If you're currently planning a trip to Greece and would like personalized help choosing islands, building an itinerary, or figuring out logistics like ferries and flights, I also offer a 101 Greece trip planning consultations. You'll find a link in the description below. Now let's talk about some of the best things to do on the island. And the first place you will want to explore is Kastellorizo's beautiful harbor. This is the heart of the island, lined with colorful neoclassical mansions, waterfront cafes, traditional tavernas and fishing boats. Take some time to wander along the waterfront and through the narrow streets behind it. You'll come across charming corners, historic buildings, and some of the island's most photogenic spots. While you're here, it's also worth visiting Kastellorizo's museums. The Archaeological Museum of Megisti houses artifacts from the island's long history. Also, the Popular Art and History Museum offers a fascinating look at local life, traditions and culture. And finally, there is the Megisti Puzzle Museum. As you explore the town, keep an eye out for the remarkable rock carvings created by artist Alexandros Zigouris. Finding these works has become a bit of a treasure hunt for visitors and adds another unique dimension to exploring the island. One of the best ways to experience Kastellorizo is from the water. The island's most famous boat excursion is to the Blue Cave, one of the largest sea caves in Greece. Depending on sea conditions, boats run regularly from the harbor and offer the chance to see its impressive blue waters up close. Another popular trip is to St. George's Island, located just a few minutes by boat from Kastellorizo. Despite the name, don't expect a traditional sandy beach. Instead, you'll find swimming platforms, sunbeds, umbrellas, a small cafe restaurant, and some of the clearest water around the island. It's a wonderful place to spend a few hours swimming, relaxing with a book, or simply enjoying the peaceful surroundings. Kastellorizo may not have sandy beaches, but it offers some fantastic swimming. Most people swim from platforms, ladders, and waterfront terraces, and the water is incredibly clear and calm. And if you are lucky, you may even spot one of the sea turtles that regularly visit the harbor. If you're looking for a scenic walk, follow the coastal path from the harbor to Mandraki. The route offers beautiful sea views and takes you to one of the island's most interesting historical landmarks, the Lycian tomb. Carved into the rock and dating back to the 4th century BC, it's a reminder of the island's long and fascinating history. The walk itself is easy and enjoyable, making it a great way to explore beyond the harbor while taking in the scenery. For some of the best views on the island, make your way up to the Castle of the Knights. Built by the Knights of St. John in the 14th century, the castle sits on a hill overlooking the harbor and gave the island its name, Kastelorizo or Red Castle. Today, only parts of the fortifications remain, but the views are well worth the climb. From here, you'll get panoramic views of the harbor, the colorful houses, and the surrounding coastline. It's an especially beautiful spot around sunset. If you would like to see a quieter side of Kastelorizo, there are several hiking paths that lead away from the harbor and into the island's rugged landscape. One of the most popular routes takes you to Paleokastro, the island's ancient acropolis, where you will be rewarded with beautiful views over Kastelorizo and the surrounding sea. Another beautiful walk leads to the monastery of St. George of the Mountain, a peaceful spot perched above the coast and one of the island's most important religious sites. Just remember to bring water and avoid hiking during the hottest part of the day, especially in summer. No visit to Kastelorizo would be complete without trying some of the local food. Fresh fish and seafood feature prominently on many menus, especially in the tavernas along the harbor. You will also find traditional goat dishes, which have long been part of the island's cuisine. And if you have a sweet tooth, don't leave without trying katumari, Kastelorizo's most famous dessert. This unique round sweet pie is a local specialty. Another traditional treat to look out for is trava, a syrup-soaked pastry often compared to baklava, but with its own distinctive local character. One of the best things to do is simply find a waterfront taverna, order a few local specialties, and enjoy a leisurely meal overlooking the harbor. Before you visit, here are a few useful tips. The best time to visit is between May and September, when the weather is warm and boat trips operate regularly. You won't need a car as most places can be reached on foot. If you're visiting in summer, bring sunscreen, a hat and plenty of water, especially if you plan to go hiking. It's also a good idea to carry some cash for the boat trips and book your accommodation in advance if you're visiting in July or August. So is Kastelorizo worth visiting? If you're looking for a quiet island with beautiful scenery, crystal clear water, fascinating history, and a relaxed atmosphere, then absolutely it is. It's one of Greece's most unique destinations and a place that many visitors end up wishing they had stayed longer. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more Greece travel tips and destination guides. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.